All right, it is election day. We've got one of our most trusted analysts from the Hinckley Institute of Politics to help us break through the noise this morning. Morgan Lyon-Cotti here with me to talk about the major Utah races and Utah voters. Morgan, good morning. How you doing?
I'm good. Good morning to you. Happy Election Day.
Yes, happy Election Day. We've made it. We are here. Can we start with a timeline? When will we start getting election results from those million-plus Utah ballots already submitted? When do you think we'll have final results?
Utah is one of those states where the clerks can start processing those ballots as they come in. Of course, we won't know results until tonight, but we should have a good chunk of the results tonight. And just depending on margins of victory is how we will know who won. We usually don't have to wait too long on the gubernatorial and most of our legislative and congressional races, but if things are closer in that 4th congressional race or in some of those legislative races, we might be waiting a few days or even up to 2 weeks.
Incredible. So interesting. This will make it different. Can we start with the presidential race here? Utah obviously reliably red. Do you anticipate any surprises there?
The thing that we're watching in the presidential race is that margin of victory. A Democrat hasn't gotten more than 33, 34% here in Utah since Obama, and before him, we have to go all the way back into the 1960s. But right now, Joe Biden is polling at least at 40%. So I think people are really watching to see how well he does here. I think people are expecting Trump to win, but if Biden wins or loses less badly in Utah, I guess I should say, that might be an indicator for what happens in Arizona or Nevada or some of those other conservative states.
Got it. Okay, very interesting. And then you mentioned these. I mean, can we talk about them in a little more detail, though? The 4th district race, the 1st district race, that 4th district, we've talked about it a little bit this morning. So hotly contested, lots of negative political advertising.
So much negativity, but interestingly with that race, we haven't had very much polling. So a lot of people really are very curious to see what happens tonight. If it is going to be like the last few elections where it really was a nail biter, or if one of them comes out tonight with a sizable lead.
Right. And then that 1st district seat, Rob Bishop has been there for a really long time. Now we're seeing Blake Moore and Darren Perry. Thoughts or feelings about that race at this point?
Yeah, I talked to some members of Blake Moore's team earlier in the week. They're feeling very confident. Again, I don't think we'll see surprises here.
Okay.
I think people are really watching to see what Blake Moore might be like, especially stepping into a seat that's really only been held by a few people over the last decades.
Utah's ballot this year is long. Are there any other propositions or amendments that you really have your eye on today?
I think a lot of people are watching Amendment G to see what happens with school funding. But beyond that, I think a lot of people are also wanting to see what happens without straight party ticket voting. This is the first election. We haven't had that here in Utah. So people really have to dig in. They have to see, they'd have to do that anyway for the amendments, but they really have to have that gut check and fill in the box next to someone's name. So that's really what I'm watching for more than anything.
Morgan, thank you so much for chatting with us this morning. We will be talking with you guys soon and throughout the day, so appreciate your time. It's an exciting day. Good luck today.
Thank you. You too.